Hi, I'm Kelly Altunian.
And I'm Andromeda Trumbull. This is our studio here in Encino, California.
We are the founders of the PSC Teacher Training Program and the PSC International Master Teacher Training Program. We developed the PSC program because of our experience in hiring teachers and not being satisfied with the quality of instruction. We were both certified through a physical therapy-based teacher training center and have studied with classical instructors as well as progressive instructors for years. It's important to utilize both philosophies and make them one, and that's why the program is unique. We have merged progressive and traditional into one approach. Our instructors and our master trainers are expected to understand the entire gamut. There is no limitation. Everything is important and is utilized at the right time with the right client, so we expect you to understand all of it.
Other unique aspects of the program, we begin the program with what we call nuts and bolts, which is a head-to-toe alignment protocol of how to cue, monitor, watch, and study your client. It integrates a lot of anatomy and terminology as we go through it. It gives you a foundation of where to start.
If you've ever dreamed of holding your own certification program in your own studio, PSC has done all the work for you. Once you become a PSC Master Trainer, you will embark on a journey where you will have the skills and ability to improve the quality of life for yourself and those who are fortunate enough to train under your guidance.
That's what it's all about.
That's right.
So if you have a sideline client doing whatever network, you want a neutral spine. Neutral means that the curves are preserved. All the curves, side to side, front to back. So if your client is lying on their side and they're doing leg work and their spine is malaligned, you're first of all not going to get the muscle firing that you want in the back or in the glutes, but you're also disturbing the curves. So let's find neutral spine in a sideline position. We call this little space in a sideline position a mouse house. We did the overcorrection for prone, and we did that alignment of the pubic bone with the ASIS to the 10th rib, and we overcorrected. In plank, I think we're going to have to go a little bit more overcorrected because the plank position, everybody says it kills my back. I can't do it. I can't. My back is killing me. Or they fail. So he's going to do full plank.
This one or the bad one?
I want the bad one. Well, all right then. The shoulders are all up around his ears. His back is swayed into the mat. His back leg is crunched, and he's already crying and complaining and failing. So rest. Well, no wonder he can't go there very long, right? The core wasn't engaged. He didn't have that little tuck tilt to overcorrect and save the compression in his back. So we're going to go into full plank, and now we're going to do it accurately. And what we call it is a Japanese bridge. You know the bridge in the garden? Or a rainbow, if you don't know what that is. So we're going to take the T-point. What is the T-point? Xiphoid, 12 o'clock. And we're going to pull that upwards. We're going to take 6 o'clock, and we're going to tuck it downwards. So I'm going to pull him up a little bit through his belly. So here he is in a Japanese bridge. And he can go longer. Wait for it. I won't make him do it, but he could be here a lot longer because he's now protected in his back, got his core pulled in, his tail tucked under. We're going to call this a Japanese bridge or a rainbow or an overcorrected neutral plank position.
So for the standing lunge work, you're going to start in the scooter position that you started in, but now we're really not holding on. We're going to be totally upright. You can have your hands on your hips, you can have your hands out to the side, whatever is going to help your proprioception, because this exercise is about balance. It's a balance-based exercise, and we're going to work through a range of motion. So Rhonda is going to inhale to prepare. On her exhale, she's going to stretch the left leg out into a nice arabesque. She's going to inhale to plie, and even though she's going down, she's going to think of getting taller. She's going to exhale and hold it or stretch the back foot further, reaching through the heel. That's it. Then she's going to return on the inhale to do it all again. So as she returns, everything comes up at one time. The standing leg straightens, the rear leg comes in, and we reconnect and find the ribs and the hip bones all in one
fell, swoop. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to stretch the leg. Opening the hip flexor right there. We inhale to get taller as we lower down. We exhale and hold and stretch the back further, opening the hip further. We inhale and everything draws itself back in and together. The abs pull in right into one piece. In. She's going to straighten her front leg and she's going to send her tail and her chest out. Sliding the carriage back, keeping that front leg straight. Now we go hamstring. Where do you think you have the bird's eye view of this exercise? Louder? The side.
Bird's eye view.
Well, let me just say this. Where do you think you have the best view?
Okay.
So the best view to find out if this exercise is being done correctly or not? In the back. Why? What do I need on this exercise? I need a level pelvis. If their pelvis isn't level, they're not actually really stretching in the right places. They're compensating or stretching something else, and it's not what we're going for. So this is where I can check the alignment of the hips to make sure she's staying even on both sides, because the tendency is to roll out. Easier. We want to only go as far as we can send the hips square. So maybe I need to cue an inner thigh connection. If I cue an inner thigh connection, we'll bring this hip back around and we'll draw in. And then of course we can take the flexed foot position. And of course, if the client is flexible, they can take the forward stretch and come all the way. A lot of people don't have that ability, but we're checking for the pelvis. And maybe you need, maybe you need to cue to pull this femur bone up into the socket. Okay, we want to draw this leg up and in, and this hip forward and level. And this rear view is where I'm going to check it. And most often, they're going to rotate and open that inside hip out and away. Yep. So those are both positions. The first one, when your knee's at a 90-degree angle, you cue the pelvis to tuck under. Why? It's going to maximize my hip flexor stretch. And the tail out when you go to a straight leg hamstring stretch to maximize my hamstring.